Hi there, everybody. It's Miss Toth here. We're going to do a little review of how we make comics. So this is your writing activity for this week. One of your options is to create a story using a comic strip. Now, we've done this in the classroom a few times. So for those of you that remember how to do this and remember how to use the talking bubbles in lots of different ways, then you can probably just jump right in. For those of you that need a little review, then just stay with me. We're going to do this very quick. First things first, I'm going to ask you to find a blank piece of paper. And the easiest way to make a comic strip is, this is just a rough piece of paper that I found lying around because I want to reuse, is you can fold up your paper hot dog style, and then you fold it up another time. And when you open it up, you're going to have 4 equal squares. Can you see that? If you want to do 6 squares, a 6 square story, then instead of folding, or 8, let's do 8 square story. If you want to do an 8 square story, you fold it up into the 4 ways, and then you fold it up one more time. And when you open it up, you will have 8 equal squares. So you don't actually need to measure. If you would like to turn this into a measuring math activity, you can do that as well. So you'll have 8 equal squares that give you 1 whole. So 8 squares, 1 whole. If you want to do a 6 square one, same thing, hot dog style. Instead of folding it in half, you're going to gently fold the paper into a little book. So one more time, so it looks like hot dog style. Then we fold it in this way, and we fold it in this way. We make sure all the little sides kind of line up, and we squeeze it together nice and tight. Oh. Nice and tight. Oh. And then when you open it up, you will have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squared 6 boxes. So you can make a 6 squared comic strip. Now, a comic strip is exactly like how you would write a story. All the details are in the pictures, of course, so you really need to plan out how your characters' expressions are looking, what's happening behind them, where their setting is, and of course, just like in any story, the characters have to do some kind of an action and move through the story. There's a link on the website that is kind of a step-by-step of how to. I thought it was kind of a pretty detailed website, and there's also a link to how to draw cartoon characters. It's a really fun website to try too. Now, very, very quick. If I have a character who is thinking in their head, so he's not or she's not talking out loud, the talking bubble is going to be either a circle, or you can make it into a cloud, and you have those little thinking bubbles that are coming out. And this is how we know that this character is thinking but not talking. Okay, everything's happening inside their mouth. Where did my eraser go? Hold on. Here I am. Okay, so there we are. If my character is simply talking, kind of like how Miss Toth is talking right now, the bubble can look like this, and you can make it kind of zip down this way. You can have the bubble do this, like this, if that's easier. You can take that line and turn it into a triangle and just erase that little part like that. But that's sort of how the talking part looks. And then that character is definitely talking. I'll do like a Miss Toth there. There I am, definitely making some funny noises, and I'm talking. Okay, if my character is yelling because there's something exciting that they need to do, or they're scared, but they're using lots of expression, you need to have a talking bubble that shows that excitement. One way that you can do that is do those really powerful spikes, and then you can do a little talking part down there. Or talking part like that. But if you have a spiky talking bubble, it definitely means that there's excitement that is going on around you. So those are 3 different ways that you can do talking bubbles to show expression in your character's talk. Okay? Now, one last thing that I want to remind you of. Oftentimes when you're 7 and 8, and some of you are now 9, When we do a comic strip, we sometimes forget to plan. So if this is my one square for one of my stories, what I'm going to start off with first is in my head. I'm going to say, in this square, I need to have maybe a tree, maybe a dog, maybe a house, some ground, a sky. I have to plan what's happening around. So this is where you use that visualization part that we've talked about when we read, but you're going to do it as a writer. Think about what's happening around your character, and then you need to figure out because you're an author, but you're also the illustrator, am I going to show my whole character, part of the face of a character, shoulders up, waist up? How is my character going to look? What's important? So in this picture here, I am going to draw a face of my character like this, and because I have something that I have planned to share with you. And this character has glasses, kind of like me. And this character, of course, has eyebrows. And this character today is going to have a ponytail in their hair like this. And probably a neck. Necks are important. Oh, maybe a shirt like this. And there we go. And this character seems to be pretty happy when this character is going to talk. This character is going to say something. This character is going to say something. I write the words first. I write the words first. After I write the words, then I do my talking parts. Does this character look like she's thinking in her head? No, her mouth is definitely open. Does this character look like she is screaming? Ah! Well, there's an exclamation mark there, but her face does not show screaming. This character is definitely talking. So this character has the words here. I've drawn the pictures. I have planned that this character is going to talk, and I'm going to just circle around my words. Okay? This is the way that your story should look. The words are so important because we still have to read them. We still need to know. And then I can start to plan my background. So, and this is a picture of somebody out in their garden. And maybe I'll put a cute little butterfly there. And over here I will do the sunshine. And maybe some more grass there. And this is your teacher who misses you so much. Okay, now I'm going to erase the background really, really quick. This is a mistake I see all the time. We did have this lesson in the classroom a few times. Just to remind you, something I see is you might draw the character, and then we do the talking bubble, and then we have to fit the words in. I miss you so much, and I've run out of space. I've got my exclamation mark coming out of the bubble. This is why we need to make sure that we have the space to put our words in. Okay, so on the website today you have the Story Mountain. Story Mountain goes this way. Remember, when we do Story Mountains, we start off with the beginning. The beginning talks about where the story takes place, the characters in the story, maybe how their life is, what the characters look like, who's in their family, things that are important to the story. And then there's that kickoff. The kickoff is when the story starts to move, usually with words like suddenly or all of a sudden or then one day, and that tells you that the story is starting to move. As we go up the mountain, all of these things start to happen, and they're problems. They may be little problems, and they start to grow. Okay, if there aren't any problems, we don't get to the top of the mountain, which tells us that the story is at its peak, that there's so many problems, or there's one big problem, and the main character needs to solve that. Once the character has figured out how to solve the problem, whether it's on their own or with the help of other characters in the story, then we start to get down to that happy ending. So just like in a story that we write in the classroom, your comic strip should have this too. Okay, I really want to start seeing some of your work, everybody. I'm only seeing work from some of you. So if this is your chosen activity to make a comic strip, I'd like you to send me a picture of it. I'd like to post a couple of them on our website so other people can be inspired to do some comics writing maybe next week. Make sure if you are posting this to me, your mom and dad say, "Yes, Miss Toth, we would love to see this." All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.